Hey guys, Shadylikeatree here, and welcome into episode 53 of Reminiscing with Shady. This is Croc, Legend of Gabos. So this game was developed by Argonaut Software, published by Fox Interactive for PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and PC, distributed by Electronic Arts, the old Electronic Arts. And it was released 29 of December 1997 here in North America, and then various other release dates in 97 for Europe and Japan, and then in 1998 it came out for Sega Saturn, and it came out for Game Boy Color in 2000. So that's just kind of an idea of when this game came out. And these first few levels are very familiar to me, as I've stated in the past. When I was a young gamer, and I would have been about a little older than 8 at the time that this game came out. This was actually one of the first PlayStation video games that I had ever had, and I need to get my mom on here and talk about my early PlayStation games. A lot of, and I'm not sure exactly what her requirements are or anything like that, but a lot of my early games were non-violent. They were cute animals like this. They were the Crash Bandicoots. I didn't play anything violent until, I don't even remember when. I never really was into Grand Theft Auto until the newest one. Was pretty good, and some of the older ones I have played, but as far as violent video games when I was a kid, I didn't really play anything. I think this or Crash is probably the most violent or action-filled game that I played. And as you can see here, I knew exactly what was going on. I've played this level so many times because, as I was saying, I was really bad at this game, and I died a lot and never made it past this first little mission here. And so you'll see me here kind of time my routes, and kind of muscle memory comes back to me a little bit in that I'm able to kind of just breeze through this first level. Croc is really fun for me to come back to. I actually played about an hour and a half of this, just kind of lost track of time. Normally when I record these Reminiscing with Shady episodes, I kind of just play through it for the gameplay, and then whenever I feel like coming back to it, I come back to it. But this one, it just kind of, it hit me. I wanted the opportunity to play this for long, and I had over an hour of gameplay of this, and I'm gonna just show you the first few levels here. But Croc's just fun because it's really simple. It's adorably simple, I'll say. And it was, the graphics are really good, I think, for PlayStation 1. We see a lot of simple graphics from some of the other games of this time period. Like you'll see me play here in a couple episodes, probably Xeno Warrior Princess, and comparatively speaking, this game looks significantly better than that game does. And I think that's just because they tried to do a lot with that game, and that's more of an action style game, and this is more of a, I'll call it a Nintendo game, if you will, as opposed to that. So this is just, it's a fun, cute child game that I like. I had it when I was 8 years old, and this is one of the very first video games I ever owned. I remember playing it on this old TV that I had for the longest time. Right up until I got my PlayStation 2, actually. I had my PlayStation 2 for, I don't know, maybe a year or so. No. I had actually got my PlayStation 2 and my old TV that I no longer have because I sold it at the same time. And the first game I played on that was actually, I think, Twisted Metal Black. But this was one of my longtime favorite PlayStation 1 games, and I'm just now kind of getting around to it because I had a really hard time finding a copy of the game. It's not overly rare. It's one of the greatest hits from the PlayStation era, but to be able to buy this game locally, I had to pay, I think it was going to be like 15 or 16 bucks. So I ended up buying a copy online for, I think it was $7, and I had the I had this, of course, and then I got the digital copy, or the the physical copy of the booklet and the game case and whatnot, because I like to have all that stuff just in case. You know, you never know when something might become a collectible. And really simple AI. You know, the AI follow a really simple kind of walking pattern, so it's easy to follow, easy to manipulate, and kind of hide and run from. But right here, I picked up me a little gobbo boy there. Those things are what raised Croc. There's a complicated backstory that they don't really go over in the beginning of the game, but basically those are like Croc's family, and he has to save them from this evil scientist genius guy who's trying to dominate, I think is the right word to use, dominate the land. And so you'll see me here try to save as many of them as I can, and I think that's my third or fourth one. And right here, this is the least favorite of my little devices. The first time I played through this game, right here, I died on this part so many times. I couldn't get the timing down, and you got to be careful and whatnot. And sure enough, I get it first try here, but you'll see me fail later. I do believe I fail quite a bit. And then there are some bosses in this game. There's a top of the line. There's a boxing. I think it's a ladybug, maybe. Yeah, it's a boxing ladybug. And it took me forever to beat that boss the first time. But there's some other bosses that aren't really as noteworthy. I don't remember any of the others. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, you know, hidden dungeon levels and kind of side levels, and you can play these games. Like, I think one of these levels I collect all 5 of the magical gems, I think is what they're called. You can see these little things I'm collecting right now. Those are the normal gems, but then there's some that are like single colored. Like there's a red, a blue, a purple, a yellow, and a green. And right there I picked up the red one, and I fell in the lava there, and I fell in the lava again. And also when you die, you lose all your things. So if you have things, or your gems, if you get, like, fall in the lava or get hurt or whatever, you don't die, you just lose all your gems. And right there I picked up one, which was lucky because I would have died without picking up that one. So, and then right here, this is kind of a secret level. I got to find the little dude, and this is just not fair to the rest of the world. I'm going to try to see if I can't pick it out. I think it's the one on the left. I picked the one on the middle, but I'm thinking it's the one on the left. I get an extra life there, but I think it was the one on the left. I don't know. You guys can watch the video, pause it, and see if you can try to figure it out. If you go frame by frame, I think it's the one on the left, but I'm not sure. And these little rat things are not a minute's fun, and they are the heathen of the universe, and I hate them with a fiery passion of 1,000 embers. And because those rats just give me so much trouble. They always have. And this is sort of a puzzle level too, which is kind of cool and kind of interesting. That one of the reasons why my mother bought this game for me was it was kind of a puzzly game. You know, it required some critical thinking, much as many of the games like this. You know, even Mario, I think to some degree, even though I'm not super familiar with it, requires critical thinking. I'm not remembering anything off specifically, but the goal here is I'm just trying not to. There we go. I'm trying to figure out this puzzle, and it had been a while since I played this puzzle, and then I remembered, oh yeah, you got to move the box over. That's right. I was trying to squish the box, and then I remembered you got to move it, so that's what I do. I move the box over here any second, and right there again, the rat got me. So yeah, this was, there were, I think, 3. I want to say there were 3 Crocs made, including this one. Yeah, there was a Croc 2, which was released in 1999, a couple years later, and then there were various mobile versions, but all of those no longer exist. And I remember playing Croc 2 and not liking it as much as the first. I don't know if it's just because it's not as good or not as fun, but I just remember being frustrated with it, and I can't remember what was frustrating about it the most. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think it might have been something like a broken game mechanic or something. I don't really remember, but I just distinctly remember not liking the second one as much as I liked the first. And getting this jump down was also very hard for me, even back then as it is today. So I moved the box a little bit closer and almost get a hold of the edge there. But I fail again. This game has been a lot of fun to play, and it's been a lot of fun to do this episode of Reminiscing with Shady for you guys today. What I'm going to do is, since I have one more level here I wanted to show you guys, and then right here, see, these snake things are just a pain in my behind because they are lethal. And watch me here. I'm take the stair step down. This is a skill I learned a long time ago. You drop down and then you just kind of move over and then you drop down and boom. There's some people that can actually do that in one motion, but I'm not nearly skilled enough to be able to pull that off, even in the slightest. So, yeah. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, as I lose all my gems again, and I'm mad at that rat, and I'm gonna swipe him, and that guy gets me too. I'm going to let the last level kind of play out here and kind of just let it go, and I'll come back here in a second. Alrighty guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Reminiscing with Shady. This is the end of the episode here, and this has been episode 53, Croc, and I hope to see you in next week's Reminiscing with Shady. Take care guys, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.